Welcome to the history of movie theater and drive-ins for Chicago and Cook County for 1960 to 1969. 1960. The 53 Outdoor Theater in Palatine opens on April 29th. The M&R Old Orchard in Skokie, the first major suburban cinema with free parking, opens on September 2nd. The Oasis Drive-In in Des Plaines opens on September 16th. The Balaban and Katz Harding is sold to new owners. These theaters closed in 1960. 1961. The Cascade Outdoor in West Chicago opened on August 4th. The Golf Mill Theater in Niles opened on December 22nd. The Town Cinema opens on September 15th as an arts cinema that turned into an adult cinema. These cinemas closed in 1961. 1962. The Studio Theater in Oak Lawn opens on April 6th. The Gold Theater reopens on May 25th as the Globe Theater. The Hillside Theater in Hillside opened on July 13th. The Balmoral Theater opened on December 28th. These theaters closed in 1962. 1963. The Edens Theater in Northbrook opens on March 8th. Plaza Arts Cinema reopens showing adult movies on June 28th. General Cinema opens the Mount Prospect Cinema on November 1st. These cinemas closed in 1963. 1964. The M&R Evergreen in Evergreen Park opens as the first modern twin theater in Chicagoland on June 26th. Balaban and Katz opens their first suburban theater, the Oak Brook Theater, on December 25th. The Surf Theater becomes the Playboy Theater on September 29th. Monroe and World Playhouse starts to show adult movies. These theaters closed in 1964. 1965. General Cinema opens the Randhurst Cinema in Mount Prospect on July 22nd. The Meadows Theater in Rolling Meadows opens on November 19th. The Grand Playhouse Theater reopens, showing Spanish-language movies. The RKO Palace becomes the Bismarck Palace as a live theater with some movies. These cinemas closed in 1965.
Look out! Here comes the biggest Bond of all. Thunderball.
(1966). A tornado tore the roof off the Meadows Theater in Rolling Meadows. It reopened. The Glenwood Theater opens in Glenwood on February 18th. The Kim Art Adult Theater opens on March 2nd and closed by end of the year. General Cinema opens the Ford City 1 and 2 on May 27th. The M&R Lawrencewood Theater opened on June 10th. The Morton Grove Theater in Morton Grove opens on June 24th. The Aardvark Cinematheque in Piper's Alley opens on July 8th. The M&R Twin Drive-In in Wheeling opens on August 19th. The Thunderbird Theater in Hoffman Estates opens on October 21st. The Lions Theater in Lyons opens. The Bismarck Palace becomes the Bismarck Theater. These theaters closed in 1966. 1967. General Cinema opens the Harlem Cermak Cinema in North Riverside on March 3rd. The Village Theater opens on March 6th. The Town Underground opened on April 14th. The Rialto Theater opened and closed by end of the year. The Atlantic Theater added its second screen. These theaters closed in 1967. 1968. Balaban and Katz becomes ABC Great States Theaters in June. The Three Penny Cinema opened on May 29th. The Lincoln Village Theater opened on August 2nd. The Bijou Theater opens showing avant-garde and underground movies from 16mm prints. These theaters starts to show adult movies. These theaters closed in 1968. 1969. The Old Standard Theater reopens as the Lou Image Cinema on April 2nd. It later shows adult movies. ABC Great States opens the River Oaks Dimension 150 Theater in Calumet City on May 30th. The Stadium Theater in Evanston becomes the Evanston 1 and 2 on August 29th. The Edens 2 in Northbrook opens on November 14th. Here are more changes for 1969. These theaters closed in 1969. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe.